Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Bricks, Deals, and Due Diligence, a real estate lawyer's journey. We have with us Saroj Kumar Jha, Senior Partner at Saraf and Partners, and one of India's most respected names in real estate law. With over 2 decades of experience navigating complex legal landscapes, structuring high stake deals, and guiding foreign and domestic investors through India's regulatory web, Saroj has become synonymous with insight, precision, and practical legal wisdom. From leading global recognition to founding a successful law firm and mentoring teams across firms, his journey is as grounded as it is inspiring. But beyond the deals and documents, who's the man behind the legal brilliance? So let's find out Saroj's personal journey, and it will be an interesting journey as he has seen it. And so, all those young lawyers who want to go into real estate, watch the episode, which will be published, and you will get a lot of insights from a senior real estate lawyer. So, welcome, Saroji, to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much. So I'm happy and excited. Yeah.
Wow. So let me explain you the flow and the format, Saroji. There are 3 rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a surprise, the rapid fire round, for which you will be in the hot seat and for which you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's your gift: Legal AI 101, which will be autographed and sent to you. So,
Okay.
friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So my first question, Saroj, you have been consistently ranked among the top real estate lawyers in India. What about this domain excites you the most, and how has the journey been till date?
You have come straight to the question. So see, in real estate, the transaction values are usually very high stakes.
Yeah.
Now I have been lawyers both from the when there is a transaction happening, the investor side, sometimes on the seller side as well. So the in a real estate, as in any other law, in real estate also there are multiple laws involved. So if there are stamp duty issues, there are GST issues, there are title issues, the leasing issues, and India is a very vast country with there are land laws are state laws except for some laws. So we have to kind of look depending upon the state where the transaction is happening. We have to navigate with all the laws and all. So I think it's interesting, and there is nothing particular that this particular aspect of real estate is interesting. The area that I'm practicing itself is interesting.
Wow. So, real estate law often intertwines with environmental regulations, licensing, and taxation. How do you stay ahead of such a dynamic legal ecosystem?
See, as I have like in my experience, I have seen the lawyers and law firms when working in a transaction. There are tax lawyers, and there are specialized lawyers wherever the environmental law is applicable. So since I have done multiple of transactions, so in each transaction there are taxation issues involved. When there is an FDI, the foreign investment coming in, or in India also when the transaction is happening, there are issues of capital gains, there are issues of income tax, and in taxation also these days the complexities is that whether there is a GST implication or not, and how to every transaction are done with the intent that there should be minimum tax leakage from both sides, which is not illegal. The parties are allowed to, as per the Supreme Court judgment, that you can structure your transaction in a manner that it is tax efficient. There is nothing illegal about it. So there are a lot of. So I personally get into a lot into the taxation issues as well. By going through the suppose the ENY's advisor or any other PwC or any tax advisor is there in a transaction, we question them also. So they come up with a structure. We say, no, this is the problem, that's the problem. So I get deep into taxation issues, whether it is direct tax or indirect tax. Apart from taxation, the environmental law, the law is now that any projects which is a size of more than 50,000 square meters would require an environmental approval. So initially there were a lot of ambiguities because this was a central law. The state laws said that no, it is not required. So some projects have been undertaken without taking the environmental approval. So I have been conservative in my transaction. I have not allowed. I said central law has to be applicable. State law doesn't have it. So there are many projects which have are now currently there, but they're in violation of environmental law. So I don't know which matter is pending in the Supreme Court as to those projects which have followed the state law, not the central law. They are in breach of the central law. So the only option as per the law is to demolish. So it's pending in the Supreme Court. Let's see for the old past projects. That's what I'm saying. So on environmental law, I have been conservative on in my transaction advising that we have to do whatever is the um, compliances and all. I have been very strict on that. And so, and as far as when you, the question was, how do I get abreast? I keep myself updated on all these laws. I try to study and keep myself on top of it, despite of an external counsel on these subjects. Yeah.
Yes, beautiful, sir. So, Saroj, you have advised on everything from entry strategy for foreign investors to conflict resolution. Which transaction or case has challenged you the most, and how did you navigate it?
So I have done various transactions in my life, and there is one transaction I will always cherish and remember all my life. There was a client of mine who had a commercial building in Gurgaon. So I'll just give you some specifics. The size of the transaction was roughly 850 crores, and there was a buyer, a large RM, I can name it also. RMZ was buying that property, so there was a lawyer for the buyers, and the money which was going to come to the seller. So there were a lot of litigation in the property. There were orders from Delhi High Courts and also there were two foreign investors to whom the money were to be paid, the Citibank and JP Morgan. And there was a joint venture partner, Blackstone, in it. And there was a loan given by State Bank of India. So the transaction had to be, because of some High Court order and because of the litigations and all, the seller had to give all the money, 850, to all of them. So, and it has to be done in a same day. So the difficulty I was facing was that I was a lawyer for the seller and I was sitting, so we have to, there were meetings were held by around say 25, 30 lawyers used to be there in one room. And to finalize as to when the money would hit and when the share would be transferred. So there were a lot of foreign investment laws involved. There are multiple parties, multiple lawyers, everybody has different views. So putting everybody together, dealing with law firms of JP Morgan, Citibank, RMZ, the Blackstone, and I was the only lawyer one side and all the others on the other side. So, but we did it and we did it in one day, and I was. It took us quite a long time for negotiating the transaction because there are multiple transactions simultaneously happening. So that was that transaction. I'll always. I don't think I'll ever get such transaction.
That's beautiful, sir. So, how do you strike a balance between legal risk mitigation and business oriented solutions for your clients, Saroj?
So this is a very difficult question in the sense that in India, I have noticed that the lawyers they'll say, okay, this is the law, you can't do it. Now the business guys would say that I don't know, I want to do this transaction. You find a way out. So I think every lawyer should have a commercial knack in the sense that what is the commercial intent, what is the commercial objective, commercially beneficial or not. But that does not mean that you ignore the laws. So, but you will find such lawyers in foreign jurisdictions and all. But in India, the lawyers, not all, but I've seen most of the lawyers who doesn't have a commercial bent of mind. So that is something that we need to improve as a. For this is for the largely for the senior lawyers and all, as the practicing in this sector, in any other sector rather. So, but we have to strike it. But there are certain things which is blatantly illegal, we obviously cannot do it. But if there is a way to structure it or mitigate the risk and all, and even if there are like incorrect to say on the online that there are maybe some violation happening, but we can live with it. With we know that even if we are caught, there can be compounding and all. It will not impact the transaction as such. So we also sometimes say no, you can't do it. This is not possible. But there are sometimes issues before us. We try to navigate and see how to take a call and all.
Wow. So, Saroj, what are some common misconceptions clients have about real estate law?
Clients, I think the uh, things have improved in last couple of decades in the sense that whenever any transaction was happening, a sale deed to hona hai, there is a deed writer, they are going to write the sale deed. What is the need of a lawyer? Now, it's not only that there is a deed, you do it, because in a real estate transaction, there are multiple issues, like you have to deduct TDS. The TDS deducted by an Indian buying from another Indian is different from a non-resident selling, and they have to deduct TDS, whether they have a PAN number, TAN number. So uh, I think common misconception is that people do transaction without consulting a lawyer, they end up in trouble. So think that's a very easy transaction. So that is the common misconception. So nothing is easy in law, but I think uh, but things have improved. Even now, people selling even a very HNI selling a property or buying a property, they go for the diligence. People like buying a property, they're like, "ठीक है, sell it to देख लिया, let's do the sale deed and buy it." But then when they go there, they see there is a tenant sitting there, or there are some property tax pending. So it is whenever somebody is buying something little bit of a higher stake involved in it, it is always advisable to consult a lawyer who will do your diligence properly and at least tell you that these are the exposures and risk involved in these transactions. So don't take it so easily the way it has used to be. Things have improved, but I think still there are many people do transactions, they buy an asset and they end up in trouble.
Yeah, India is all about jugadu na. Okay, let's go to the next question. What's your take on the current state of India's real estate sector post-pandemic and how it has affected investor confidence?
Post COVID, because the COVID was during the COVID and pre-COVID times, the prices were see the real any market, like it depends upon how the market is developing. The market in the sense that suppose it was selling at 6,000 a square foot, whether the prices are going up over the years or not. So post COVID, the prices have gone up, at least pan India everywhere. Some places the rise is higher, some places it is moderate, but in general the prices have gone up. One thing that has happened post COVID is that uh, many people had the idea that what is the need for buying a house and investing 1 crore, 2 crore in a house, rather I'll stay in the rent. It's not a good idea to buy a house. But post COVID, I think there has been general feeling that everybody felt that I should own a house. Now that sense is growing, and also there are multiple supplies and a lot of projects coming up, and things have been better post COVID in terms of the market, and also the many new projects are coming, and the prices have gone up pan India, at least. In my area, NCR, everywhere, whether Noida, Gurgaon, Faridabad, Ghaziabad, everywhere the prices have gone up.
Wow, beautiful. So, Saroj, who has influenced you from the real estate legal world?
Not one particular person, to be honest, and all. I have worked with few law firms abroad in some transactions where the foreign investors. I used to advise foreign investors investing into India when the FDI market opened up for real estate. Then working with them, I found that like whether a UK firm or Singapore-based firms and all, they used to be very detailed out. Like in the sense, we used to do transaction, but their approach was to cover each and every aspect and all. So I am a guy who used to feel that, oh, why have a 200-page document or 100-page document when you can do it in 10-page or 20-page. So that mindset got changed when I worked with foreign law firms and all, and because we realized that after 3 years, 4 years, suppose there is a JV and all, then all detailing that was done when we were entering into a transaction. To detailed contract really helps in case it's a JV and all. So in particular, I'll not be able to name anyone. I learned a lot on my own, so I can't give a name.
Fine, fine. So, Saroj, how important is mentorship in the legal profession, especially with young lawyers entering the field? Means, how do you mentor your team, sir?
See, my biggest pleasure in my life is that I have been working quite long, close to 28 years now, and all my life, whoever has worked with me, they're like I treat them if it's a young and all like a brother. Now I can treat them as my child. So I it's very important to me. I not only legally, because you have to get connect with your team. Like I personally, I get in touch with them, and there are many lawyers who have worked with me over the years. And the biggest pride I get in my life, not the money or recognition, anything that I'm getting now. The boys who have worked with me are doing excellent in their field wherever they are as of today. So it is very important to me. I do care for my boys. I do care for my boys.
Wow. Okay. So, from founding SRGR law offices to now being a senior partner at Saraf and Partners, how has that transition shaped your leadership and legal approach?
See, I prior to SRGR, I was working in another firm, Fox Bundle, for 5 years. So I am a guy who is averse to change. I'm very difficult to change a place and where I'm working. So I was running my firm for 13 and a half years. So there were discussions. Saraf and Partners, the real estate practice left. So the founder partner wanted a real estate team. So we had a discussion and all. So, so to your question, how is that? Honestly, I'm working with my team and largely with the same set of clients, and new clients have added to my set of clients. And the same boys I'm working in my team at least. And so that way, the routine, the office has changed and things have changed. So it's a bigger office. Only thing that is helpful here is that you get to get more other clients to work with, which were not my clients, the office clients, the other Saraf's client. And also there are other field areas. There are lawyers in M&A and other things, because in any transaction you can always go to and get their advice and counsel. So that way you have more jurisdiction. I was only based out of Noida. Now I have offices in Delhi, Bangalore, Bombay is a huge office we have. So we can easily call our partners there or local lawyers there to check out about anything. So that has been helpful, and also it's better than. But otherwise, day to day it's the same. But overall, it's better than coming here.
Yeah. Why we frame this? Why we asking question? Because we want a partners, they having their own firms to scale up the operations, look out for opportunities to merge with other upcoming growing law firms like so there are opportunities, synergies are there. So once you have reached a stage, you have to broaden your horizons, go for what do you say, multi cities, uh, cross border, so many things. So
Right, right.
that helps.
Certainly, certainly, yeah.
So, Saroj, how has technology helped you and your experience in using legal tech products?
Um, See, legal tech products, off late last couple of years, there has been new technology coming in and all, which it's still evolving. But I think you as a I'm a person who has a lot of inertia and change. I'm averse to change and all. But I believe that the technology is helpful, and at least I encourage my team to use technologies as much as possible. Like doing research is easier and all. Earlier, even when Google was not there, when then also we used to research online and all. There were sites like Ask Jeeves and all. So then Google came in, it like revolutionized the research. Now you have a dedicated research. You used to buy like Manupatra and all, but nowadays it is easy to do research online on your own. But the technologies are like helping in terms of the drafting a transaction, and especially like suppose we are asked to give an opinion on something, and there are say 2 3 laws involved. So there are technologies, you upload those laws and you ask a question, they come out with an answer, and they point out to you the relevant laws and all. Even in a large contractual matters, there are a lot of contracts and agreements and instruments that needs to be looked into for forming an opinion. So we can always like upload those. There are technologies, and that gives you in lesser time a good idea as to. So it lessens the time, and I sometimes it is very surprising the way the results come out and all. So I found it very interesting. Even like last couple of months in 2 3 transaction, I like with my team tried to use it and all. I found to be very helpful.
Wow. So, my last question for your professional journey round: what advice would you give to a law student aspiring to specialize in real estate industry?
Anyone who's starting his career, my advice is that don't think I'll do real estate or I'll do capital markets or I'll do IP. I always tell any new young lawyers who pass out from law school that you should spend a couple of years in courts, even if you want to be a corporate lawyer, real estate lawyer, tax lawyer, or whatever lawyer you want to be. So that is one advice I feel the young boys should do. People should go to court and see the original side of the trial courts and all, where the matter is basically. What is original side means where you prepare your case and first round of any disputes are there. If anybody wants to specialize in real estate, actually I do well in real estate because I have worked in litigation. I have done joint ventures, M&A. I've gone deep into company laws. So if you have knowledge of most of the laws, then you would be a good lawyer in any area. So you cannot say that I'll only learn real estate laws. I'll learn only Transfer of Property Act, Stamp Act, a few acts that are relevant, and I'll be a good lawyer. No, that would not make you a good lawyer. Suppose I have to do a real estate transaction where foreign investors involved. So then you have to know the FEMA law. So if there is a large scale transaction, there is a competition law. So there are stamp laws, there are local laws, there are doing a transaction in Goa, the inheritance law is different. Doing a transaction in Himachal, you cannot buy it with the state law. So I think anyone who wants to specialize in real estate, you can specialize in any sector. You have to be a good lawyer in you have to be a good lawyer to specialize in any law. So a good lawyer means you have good knowledge of various laws.
Wow, beautiful. So let's go next round and understand Saroj as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
I was born and brought up in West Bengal, a place called Asansol. I don't know you know Asansol or not.
I know Asansol.
You know that. So Asansol is in a
We've
district.
heard. I've heard about it, not visited.
So West Bengal Asansol is in a district called Burdwan. Burdwan is the first district in India to be 100% literate. So I'm from that district, born. So it's in West Bengal, but in Asansol it's a bordering state with Bihar. So the population was 50-50, like 50 Bengalis, 50 non-Bengalis. So, and I studied in an English medium school there. So I used to speak Bengali, Hindi, English, and my native language is Maithili. I'm from Bihar originally. So I did my schooling and graduation in West Bengal. Then I felt that to make my career, it would be better to go to a bigger city. So I came to Delhi. And then when I came to Delhi, we wanted to do this, that, and all. Then, but I ended up doing law, and this is where I am. So, and in the
Wow.
family wise, we are three brothers. So when I came to Delhi, we had issues family in the sense financially. My father was ill and all, and business had suffered and all. So my elder brother stayed back in West Bengal. My younger brother is in Bombay. He is doing his he's into online insurance business and he's doing quite fine. And I'm here. I'm also doing quite fine so far as I feel.
Wow. So let's go to your college days. What are your experiences from your campus law center?
As a campus, this is long back. I did my law 93 to 96, and then a young boy from a small city, but I never felt that I'm out of place when I was here in Delhi and all. So there were a mix of boys. The best part about Campus Law Center was that the admissions were done on the basis of examinations. So I believe the quality of a center is not on the building or the infrastructure that the institution provides. It is the student. The quality of the student makes an institution good. So IIT or IIM, because the student there is good, because they are all clean. So in Campus Law Center, since there was an exam, even then also to qualify to be a student in Campus Law Center, the quality of the students were good. So fine, I used to do colleges, and then in the evening I used to take tuitions for my own livelihood and all. So it was good as such.
Wow.
Obviously, you feel your college days and earlier school days, they were the best days of your life.
Yeah. So, Saroj, is there a childhood memory that brings a smile when you recollect?
A lot many years. I'm a very naughty boy. I'm still a naughty boy and at heart. So I smile. I try to smile in crisis also. So
Wow.
there's not specific one, but I like a lot. So for me, at least, you should enjoy your life. You should be happy. You should keep smiling. I can't see anyone around me not smiling. I always reach out to them. Why are you not smiling? So it's very important that people should smile.
So, how do you unwind after a high stress deal or legal conflict, Roj?
Best way to unwind is to just have a not a cup of tea, something in your hand. So, and I love to watch TV and also. So
Wow. So, what does a perfect Sunday look like for you when you're not working?
I have stopped doing that. I loved cooking. So, but now I'm not allowed because I have servant in house and the people they don't say no, no, you aap mat karo, aap mat jao. So, but I used to like, and when you cook yourself anything like you do a chicken or a mutton, you prepare yourself, then you feel oh, isse acha to ho hi nahi sakta. So even if it is not good, but since you have cooked, you feel that it's very good. So that is something. And otherwise, also my Sundays are very. My house is full. We play cards, we drink, and we dance, and we enjoy. So I totally unwind on Saturdays and Sundays.
Wow. So, what role do friendships play in your life, especially outside the legal fraternity?
Friendship means a lot to me. I believe that the people who love you or you love them, they are the people in your life. It is not somebody who can take for granted, whether it's your family member or your relatives or your boss or your peers. You love somebody. It can be anybody. So for me, friendship is more important. If you're a friend with your family, if you're a friend with your relatives, if you're a friend with your boss, it makes life easier. So if you're not friend, you're not friend. Nobody can take friendship for granted. That just because you're related to him or her, you will be your friend as an EA. Friend is something that you connect with one person with the other. And I cherish my friendship and it's very important to me. Friendship is most important to me.
Wow. So, I'm giving you a googly one, Saruji.
Yes,
If your
yes.
friend had to describe you in 3 words, what would it be?
Very mysterious, one word, and very honest and helpful.
Wow. So, suppose Saroj you had 1 week away from work, away from gadgets. What would you do and why?
Away from gadget would be difficult because I'm so much dependent on apart from work, watching TV, and other thing I used to do a lot was reading because the difficulty is that in your office you come. The morning you spend 1 hour reading newspaper, then you look into your mobiles on the way to the office, then you're reading agreements, files, laptops. So I think you need to give rest to your eyes, and then again reading something is tough. So I think that is something I can't do. But otherwise, I love both the sea and mountain. I would prefer to go to a mountain. I can't stay alone, so I want people around. So some people say I'll go to a remote place and study and do this. I can't do that. I need people around me.
Wow. So, are you still connected to your roots, Asangam?
I am very much connected with my roots, and I am very much connected with my native town in Bihar. Uh, it's very dear to me. If I get time, if take 30 days holiday in a year, I spend 20 25 days in my village in Bihar, and I go quite there, and I try to do whatever I can in my village and all for my people around there. Yeah.
So, what are your memories? I mean, what changes has come in before you left Asangam and now? How has the changes come in?
I think in Asansol, the one thing was there that suppose I was there and there was a village, like the place I was staying, we knew each and every person in the village, like what's happening, what is there, kiska birthday hai, kiska shadi hai, kisi ka death hua. We were always there for I was like a boy for the village or the place we were staying. In Delhi, you are only connected to your friends and maybe your next door neighbors and all. That is something which was initially tough for me that people don't even know the next door people. And I like to say hi, hello, know everyone around me. Anyone I see, I should know them or they should know me. that was something like you can't know if the culture is not there. So that is the basic cultural difference I found from the place I was brought up, born and brought up, and in Delhi. So I, from my end, I try to connect with each and everyone, but the culture is not that way that you are connected to. Even suppose I stay in Shalimar Bagh in Delhi, and and there are a lot of houses and all around, but it's, people don't know much about, like, not that much connected the way it was in Asansol. That is one difference I see. Yeah.
Wow. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Saroj in one line.
See, I cherish myself and I'm proud of myself that I'm very honest I'm a good lawyer. So these both things is important to me. So
Wow. So let's go to next round and put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go-to comfort food.
I love fish. That's favorite of mine. Yeah, it should be
Wow.
well prepared. So not,
Okay. Uh, so your favorite color?
my favorite color is white, but blue suits on me. But
Wow. Your dream travel place?
I have been to few places around the globe. Not many, but I have gone a lot of places. But I loved the Buenos Aires in Argentina. That's the best memory I have. Yeah.
Early morning hearings or late night draftings?
Oh, no early morning, late night. I tell my
Okay.
clients don't call me before 10.
Best piece of advice received?
Best advice I have ever received.
Yeah.
Sometimes I am a very sensitive person, so I get emotional on smaller issues and all. And the best advice when someone tells me I don't take these things seriously and all. So, and when it comes from friends and all, that okay. And if I'm upset, people will know that I'm upset. My face would be grumpy, and if people can make out that I'm not happy. So then the friends they'll ask you why, and I'm honest as I can't keep anything to my heart. I tell them this is something bothering me. So then the best advice that my friends give me is that don't worry about these things. So then मैं बेकार में सोच रहा था. So that is something which helps me bring back my smile. That's the best advice.
Wow. So best food dish from your hometown, Asansol?
Bengali food, everything is good. Posto, bara. In Bengali there is posto hota hai. So
Hmm.
that and it is put in a lot of things. So Bengali and posto would be the best thing. So if I go, we do posto here also. We bring from Asansol when I go. And if I go and my brother भाभी जी is there, तो हम बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं बनाना है पोस्तो बनाओ पहले फिर देखेंगे.
Wow. That's good. Tea or coffee to recharge?
I prefer tea, coffee, not coffee. Tea is favorite. Sometimes I have coffee if I have a bad throat. Otherwise, I normally if I drink ten cups of drinks, then 8 would be tea to coffee like that.
Let's do.
Yes. Cheers.
Yes. So you did well, and here's a book which will be autographed and sent to you. So, friends, it was a good, lovely conversation with Saroj, who's connected with his roots. He misses, and he's a fish lover. So, anyone who's a fish lover, connect with him and go on the journey of discovering different types of fish because Bengalis love fish, and so this is what our coffee speakers bring to the table. And all those young legal professionals who want to enter real estate industry, real estate law, it comprises of different laws, the property, GST, taxes, and so many things. So watch this episode where Saroj has shared his insights and he has done high stake deals, foreign JV, so many things. Uh, get inspired from our 450 coffee speakers who share their personal journey, professional journey. And if you want to be featured like Saroj, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or our LinkedIn page, or connect with our coffee speakers. They will invite you, connect with our team coffee, and have coffee conversations or a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you.